Hey there, fellow classic comic collectors. As always, I'm Scott Harris King, and let me see if I can make myself a little bit larger here. Boom, there we are. As you can see, I'm on the Couch of Solitude, although this is an all-new Couch of Solitude. We got a new couch, so the angle's a little bit different. If you're looking straight up my nose, just imagine you're Gil Kane. But today we're talking about the new Kickstarter for my comic Cthulhu versus Uncle Sam. So here we are. Let's pull that back up. Hold on. Let's do that. Here we are. Now I'm small and it's big. So we just launched this today officially. We had a sneak preview last night, which I'll get into in a minute. But this is my latest Kickstarter for my comic Cthulhu versus Uncle Sam. And those of you who have been, watching my YouTube channel for a while may have questions because you may recognize this. Yes, we've previously done Kickstarters for both issue 1 and issue 2, and now we're back with issues 1 and issue 2. So why is that? Well, here in January every year, Kickstarter does a thing called Make 100, which is a special program where you have where you're making a limited amount of rewards. And it was perfect because all year I've been doing these special Crime Buster Comics 5th anniversary variant covers to celebrate 5 years of making comics. And I really wanted to do Cthulhu versus Uncle Sam number 1 and 2 because those are really important comics for me and for the growth of me as a comic creator. So I decided to reissue those 2 issues, put them back out with all new anniversary covers, which I'll show you in a minute. And the timing also worked out perfectly because I've just about sold out of both issue 1 and 2. I don't think I have any copies of the regular cover of issue 1 left, and I think I only have maybe 4 copies of the regular cover of issue 2. So I'm almost completely sold out, right? And so basically it was time to go for a new printing. And so rather than reprint the original covers, I thought I'll just print the new anniversary covers. So it's all worked out perfectly. So for those of you who are familiar with the series, that's the explanation. For those of you who aren't familiar with the series, I'm going to go over the campaign. I'm going to talk about the comic and share everything with you. It's just going to take me a moment to do that as I ran out of time a little bit to get prepared here. So I just need 1 second to finish my preparation because I am clearly a professional at this. Of course, that didn't work. Talk amongst yourselves. Okay, here we go. I think I finally got this sorted out. It's always technical issues. Every time I try and do one of these, there's always technical issues. But here we go. So, here's the campaign page. Now, I often don't do videos. At some point, I want to do a video for Cthulhu versus Uncle Sam. It's one part of my Kickstarter game I really need to level up is the videos. But I'd rather have no video than like a really crappy one. So for now, no video on this. As you can see, we've got 24 backers for $1,126, which is great. It's actually by far the best average pledge level that I've ever had on a campaign. And I really appreciate it. There's been a lot of new backers coming in who haven't gotten the previous, issues, previous versions of Cthulhu versus Uncle Sam. So they're coming in new. They're getting the set of both issues. Also seeing some familiar faces coming back and getting the new set of anniversary covers. So that's great as well. It's really exciting, and I'm really happy to see both sides of that. A lot of people adding on some cool things. We have some original art this time, which is one of the first times that I've ever been able to do that. Um, Now, I mentioned the official launch of this was today, but I did launch it a little early last night. And that's because I had the original art. I wanted to give a special bonus window basically to the people who had signed up as followers and people on my mailing list to give them a first crack at the original art. Of course, they're one of a kind. Once someone's pledged for it, it's gone. And so I thought, before I announce to the world and do all of my big promotional push and everything to tell everyone it's here, I'll give the people that have already signed up for it a first sneak peek secret opportunity to get those rewards. Someone has already gotten one of the 2 pieces of original art. So let's scroll down. I can tell you a little bit about the comic itself, and we can see here we can see here the variant covers. These are the new anniversary covers. I've been doing these all years. This is actually the 5th and 6th of these anniversary covers in the series that we've been doing. And they're designed to look like the Marvel 25th anniversary covers from 1986, which were very formative for me because I was a kid when those came out. And they're done by Samir Samau, who had done most of these variant covers, and I think they look super cool. Very excited with how they came out. And of course, we have on the left Uncle Sam, on the right Cthulhu, and this is all about the 2 of them doing battle. As we can see here, the basic elevator pitches: when the Axis powers attempt to summon Cthulhu to win World War II, it's up to Uncle Sam and his friends to save America and the world. Now, these are limited to just 100 copies each. All of the previous anniversary covers were available only as add-ons for $15 each. But since this is going to be the sort of the regular cover that's available to everybody, I dropped the price to 10 and is the regular pledge level, not just, an add-on. So now, of course, the original artist who did the interior work is Jay Piscopo, and he did some really cool art. I'm going to show you some sample pages here in a minute. Each issue is 32 pages, full color. Jay and I are both big Golden Age fans, and so it's got really like bright colors and a lot of action and movement, and really want you to feel like it's a classic sort of superhero, battle between good and evil. And the first issue also has a bit of a wrestling sub-theme. So if you're into wrestling, there is a wrestling poster variant cover, and the back cover is actually this wrestling advertising poster here, the match of the century, Uncle Sam versus Cthulhu. And then before we get into the preview, of course, I always want to mention, if you haven't backed any of my stuff before, this is my 17th campaign. All 16 of my previous campaigns have funded, and I have, more importantly, fulfilled all 16 campaigns on time as promised. As a result of that, Kickstarter has given me the Backer Favorite badge. After campaigns, backers get a survey they can fill out to show how happy they are. And because the backers have voted me high enough, I've been given this badge as a backer favorite to let people know that they can sort of back with confidence. In particular with this issue, because we've previously printed both the issues before, the only thing that's new is the front cover, and those are completely done, as we already saw. As soon as the campaign's over, I'm going right to the printer. We're going to print them up. So this should be a really quick turnaround. My printer is actually pretty fast with this stuff. So it'll probably just be, a month maybe for the whole process to get it printed and get it in and hopefully get them back out. The campaign's running until February 21st. So my sincere hope is that I'll have completely fulfilled this campaign by the end of March. And then at the beginning of April, we'll launch whatever the next campaign is going to be, which I'll get into later. It'll probably either be Crimebuster 7 or Quest 5, depending on certain things I'll talk about in a little bit. But for those who haven't seen the comic, let's take a look at some of the preview pages again. Art by Jay Piscopo, and Jay was trained as an animator, so he's got this style that's really fun, and it's sort of like if you imagine animation storyboards, that's basically what it is. We start here in the first issue with a regular old GI, a private named Joe. And he's in big trouble because the Nazis have surrounded him. And then Uncle Sam comes out of nowhere, smashes through the wall, punches these guys out, saves the day. And Joe discovers that Uncle Sam and his partner, Granny Gumshoe, who's this little old lady, they're here because they're on the track of the cult of Cthulhu, and she's found a secret entrance to a tunnel beneath where they're fighting. And she's got a clockwork eye that she shoots his beam out to open this sealed gate. And behind that, they find a bunch of dead cultists. And they've completed some kind of ritual because they're trying to summon Cthulhu. So that's the first 5 pages. I also jumped ahead to show some preview pages later because, of course, it is Uncle Sam versus Cthulhu. People want to see Cthulhu. So it's a sneak peek from later in the issue. Here's Uncle Sam. He's been captured. He's been brought through a portal to a weird alien dimension, and the cultists are here. This is Count Orloff, the leader of the Knights in Yellow. And they're about to sacrifice Uncle Sam to Cthulhu. And here's Cthulhu looming over the city, coming out of the clouds. So anyway, that's the sneak peek for issue 1, which is, again, it's a real fun read, 32 pages. And then we have the sneak preview of issue 2. Now, I should say each issue is a complete story, completely self-contained. In issue 2, we meet our new character, Ike Reeves, Private Eye. And Ike Reeves, he's known as the Lone Gun because he was handed down this special gun that was used by his grandfather, the famous Texas Ranger Bass Reeves in the Old West. And so now his grandson Ike here still during World War II, 1944, he's got a missing persons case, and that takes him to Ellis Island, which during World War II was actually like a prison camp for prisoners of war. And so he goes to Ellis Island searching for his missing person, and he finds that it's full of monsters, these demons, the Migos, and he's in big trouble. But this time around, it's Joe, who last issue we saw at the beginning had to be rescued, right? Well, here's Joe actually having been transformed by his belief in Uncle Sam and American ideals. He's been transformed, and now he's a confident hero himself. And so he jumps in to save the day. They blast these Migos. He's also accompanied by Jake the dog, who's one of my favorite characters. He's a wisecracking, hard-nosed, talking dog. And so the 3 of them make their way through Ellis Island and discover Uncle Sam and Granny Gumshoe fighting cultists. And there's all these cultists floating in the air. Here's Count Orloff, the bad guy again. He's got another ritual. But this time when Uncle Sam tries to intervene, zop, he gets blasted back and his powers aren't working. So Uncle Sam and Ike end up time traveling back to 1776 to find out what's wrong with Sam's powers. And in the meantime, Granny's left behind to fight Cthulhu. Luckily, she knows that the Statue of Liberty is actually a giant mecha that was built just for this purpose, to protect New York against a potential Cthulhu invasion. And so she activates the mecha, and Statue of Liberty turns into a giant robot, and the two of them start duking it out. I tried to put in everything that's fun. We've got talking dogs, we've got Statue of Liberty is a giant robot, we got time travel, cultists and Cthulhu and other dimensions and pro wrestling, and like I tried to really put in, just make these as fun as possible. And so it's super fun to write. And of course, Jay's art's really cool, bright and vibrant. It's just a lot of fun. I really, really enjoy doing Cthulhu versus Uncle Sam. And I have to say, like, the first two campaigns I did for this were probably my most successful Kickstarter campaigns out of all the ones I've done for all of my titles. So I think a lot of people really liked it, really resonated with a lot of people. And so I'm excited to get these two issues back out to new readers who didn't get them the first time. But also, I'm super excited because in addition to launching this campaign yesterday, I've actually got the first page, the thumbnails of the first page of issue 3. So over the last couple months, I wrote the whole script for issue 3. And unfortunately, Jay's not coming back for issue 3, but Samir Samau, who did the new variant covers, is going to be doing the interior art for issue 3. And just the first page already looks super cool, so I can't wait to share that with everybody. Also want to mention, if anyone has any questions or comments or anything, just let me know. I'm happy to answer any questions. That's what we're here for. We also have some other variant covers, which are available for people to pledge. One of these is the set of Adventures into the Unknown covers. Now, Adventures into the Unknown was the first ongoing horror comic. It started in 1947. It was put out by a company called ACG. And they stopped publishing back in 1967. So this title's been dormant since then. It went 174 issues. And so sort of as a tribute to horror comics and the golden age, we did these variant covers reviving the title and the numbering. So here's Adventures in the Unknown number 175, with a cover from Ryan Mendoza, who does the Miskatonic High series, which is they actually just launched their new issue 25 today as well. So if you're not familiar with Miskatonic High, which is another Lovecraft sort of Cthulhu inspired series, it's a perfect time to check that out because they're just doing their anniversary issue number 25. But Ryan did both of the covers for me. So this is the variant for issue 1, and then here's the variant for issue 2, which is Adventures of the Unknown 176. These are both limited to 100 copies. When we did the original campaigns, I had announced that they would be limited to 250, but you know what? I decided to actually just do 100. And so we've got the set of both of those limited edition variants, which I absolutely love. Like, it's just so cool and fun to bring back these old classic titles and pay tribute to the creators and stuff of the past. But we still have some of those left. We actually did sell quite a few of these in the original 2 campaigns for these issues, but we still have some of them left. So we've made that available. And then also super popular are these propaganda poster covers. This is obviously it's the Uncle Sam, wants you, the I want you, Uncle Sam propaganda poster, but this time it's got Cthulhu on it. This does super well. Like at conventions, there's an 11 by 17 poster of this that is definitely the best-selling like print that I have. But also that's issue 1, and then here's the propaganda poster for issue 2, and you can get the set of these, both limited to 100 copies. I'm also doing, you can get a set of the 11 by 17 prints, and both of these are available as part of that set of 5. And there's also a set of fridge magnets with this that people really dig as well. So those are sort of super popular. People have been really enjoying those. Other rewards. So I tried to keep it simple this time, but since we have new people coming in that have never read any of my stuff, I wanted to make it super easy to catch up on everything that we've done. So you can get the digital bundle of the whole Crimebuster Comics library. It's over 400 pages of comics that I've done over the last 6 years now. It's Cthulhu versus Uncle Sam number 1 and 2, where you get that brand new anniversary variants. Crimebusters numbers 1 through 6. Now those issues are all, most of them are they average 36 pages each, so they're like 50% longer than your regular comic. So you'll get issue 1 through 5 collected in a trade paperback, and then you'll get the floppy for issue 6, and then Quest 1 through 4. And Quest is my epic fantasy series that's sort of a tribute to like Dungeons and Dragons and Lord of the Rings. Got 4 issues of that out so far. And you'll also get Geek Love number 1. That's a romance comic that I did. So you'll basically be getting all 13 issues that I've done so far. And again, the Crimebusters 1 through 5 are in the trade paperback. And so you can get that digitally for $45, or you can get the physical set for $99. I'm a physical collector. I do support other people's Kickstarters digitally sometimes because I like to spread it around as much as possible, my limited income. But if I'm being honest, I almost never read anything digitally. I'm just an old man. I really love the tactile thing. I'm a collector. I like to have the physical copies. So again, over 400 pages, $99 for that set. And then also, as I mentioned, the new anniversary covers. I've been doing anniversary covers for everything that I've been doing for the last year. So there's currently 6 of them out. And that is Cthulhu versus Uncle Sam 1 and 2, Crimebuster 6, Geek Love 1, Quest 3 and 4, all have anniversary covers. So if you want to just collect all the anniversary covers, you can get that set as well for $55. And then here's just some of the add-ons. Original art. Oh, I do want to mention the Uncle Sam one. I have to update this image because the Uncle Sam one has actually been claimed already. But this awesome Cthulhu drawing by Samir is still available. These are one of a kind. They're 8 by 11. So they're people with American original comic art, people kind of expect them to be a little bit bigger, like 11 by 17. So I want to stress these are 8 by 11, but this is the original art that was used to make the covers, and they're so cool. So that's the Cthulhu one's still available. We also have some premium variants. I mentioned this earlier. The wrestling poster variant, which was limited to 50 copies, and then the Fantastic Fear variant, which is from issue 2, which only printed 25 copies of that. Those are $25 each. I only have a few of each of them available because these have done well in previous campaigns and at conventions. You can also get a sketch cover. We have blanks from issue 1, and I will draw you a cover using colored markers and stuff. I'll do a cover for you. Then we've got sketch cards, trading cards, set of mini prints. So these are 6 by 9. They're about the same size as a comic cover. And I've got a set of 10 of these, 5 from issue 1 and 5 from issue 2. And then there's the 11 by 17 posters as well you can get. And that's pretty much the whole campaign. So again, anyone that has any questions, now's a great time. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about what's going to come up here. And for the add-ons, I'm just looking at this. I should really add in a thing showing the 11 by 17 full-size posters as well as the mini prints, because the set of prints is really cool. So it looks like we got a backer while I was talking, so let me just refresh this. So we're up to 25 backers, $1,151. You can see we've already hit our goal. I was able to set a really low goal this time because the interior art is already done, and this is just to pay for the printing and the shipping, and for the new art. So our goal was only 500, so we've already hit that. You can back with confidence. Everything's ready to go right out the door, and I'm just really excited to get this out to everyone. So I did mention, I'll just talk a little bit about what's coming up after Cthulhu versus. Well, first, actually, let me say this is running until February 21st. I'll be doing another live stream on the evening of February 21st to count down the last hour of the campaign. So everyone's going to be invited to that. I'll have the link up on my YouTube channel soon. Hopefully, I'm hoping to have some special guests for that. Sometimes I'm joined by some of my other comic creator friends who have Kickstarters that are live at the time. So I'm hoping some of them, no one was able to join me tonight, but hopefully for that. I am going to be a guest on other people's live streams and podcasts. I've got, I don't have the details right now, but I'm doing one on Wednesday, February 5. I'm doing one on Thursday, February 6. I've also got one coming up next week. I think it's a week from today, actually, on the 28th that I'll be doing. So I'll have all the information for that. I'll share that with everybody once I get all the links and everything from people. I've got a couple other variants actually from Cthulhu versus Uncle Sam #1 and 2. I'm like some very limited variants. One of them is completely sold out, so that one's not going to be available. But there's another one where we only printed 25, and I have to go through my boxes, but I think I still have a handful of those left, and I haven't yet made them available. So sometime during the campaign, once I'm able to find them and figure out how many are available, those I'm probably actually going to put up relatively cheap, just sort of as a thank you for everybody who's been backing, just to say, here's another cool variant if you want it. Not trying to like milk everybody for every dime. So I'm going to put that up as sort of a fun like bonus for people, for just not too much. And then see what else I can find. Coming down the road after this campaign, as I mentioned, I'm hoping to have this completely fulfilled by the end of March if everything goes well. And then what's going to come next at the beginning of April for my next campaign is going to depend basically on how many followers I can get. It's been really hard recently with the promotion, a lot of algorithm changes. It's harder to get your message out. But I've got Crimebusters 7, the pre-launch is already live for that. Within the next 3 weeks or so, I'll probably have the pre-launch page live for quest number 5. And basically, whichever of those we can get to 125 followers first will be the next thing that launches. So I really want to get to at least 125 followers of both of those before they go live. So one or the other will be going live in April, and then probably the other one at the end of May. And then we'll see what happens after that. I'm currently working on quest number 6. I'm also started writing the script for Crimebusters 8. And as I mentioned earlier, the first page of the art for Cthulhu versus Uncle Sam number 3 is being drawn right now. So one of those 3 comics I just mentioned will hopefully be coming out in the fall. But we'll have to wait and see exactly when. But we got a lot of cool stuff coming up, and that I'm excited to share with everybody. So it's 8:30. Usually I run for an hour, but I think tonight we're going to be probably running a little bit shorter than usual. So I just want to again, anyone has any questions, doesn't have to be about this campaign. It can be about anything. If anyone has any questions about anything, let me know. And I'm happy to answer them. Otherwise, I think in about 5 minutes or so, we'll probably wrap this up. Again, I want to thank everyone for your support. I'm really excited. 25 backers for the first day is great. 1,151 for funding is awesome. I'm really excited that everyone is responding so enthusiastically to this, because I really love doing this series. It's been almost 2 years since we did issue 2. It's just been a bit of a process to get to the point where issue 3 is sort of ready to go. But now that we're working on issue 3, I'm really excited. And once issue 3 is out, I have big plans for the future. Starting with issue 4, we're going to have a new storyline. This sort of be more of an ongoing storyline. It's also going to have a bit of a different setting. So after issue 3, we'll probably do a trade collection. There'll be a 100-page giant that collects the first 3 issues in one volume. So I'm really excited for that. I think that'll be really cool to have and really cool for people. And then starting with issue 4, I've got something that I think people are really gonna like. Actually, if you're an old school comic fan, the basic setup for what's going to be starting with issue 4 is something I think a lot of people are going to really dig. So I'm really excited for that. Let's see, we got Brookie Monster, a smiley face. Hello, I have a smiley face back. That's my wonderful wife, who's very supportive. Thanks for watching. But that's about it. So, as I mentioned, over the course of the next month, we'll be doing some live streams. We'll be talking with people about the comic. I'll also be adding some new rewards, like the other variant cover I mentioned, and see if I can dig up some fun stuff to add in as rewards. But I'm just really excited to share this with everybody. Yeah, if nobody has any other questions, I think we might wrap it up early here. But again, we'll be doing another live stream to close out the campaign. That'll be on the evening of Friday, February 21st. Again, just want to really thank everyone for your support. Thanks so much for watching. Sometimes can be lonely here on the live stream, but thanks to all of you guys that are viewing, for keeping me company. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.